Hello students, good morning. This is Sujala from DBS Institute of Technology, Kaval. Today our topic is ocean thermal energy. So first of all, what about the ocean thermal energy? Ocean thermal energy is a process that can produce electricity by using the temperature difference between deep ocean water and warm tropical surface water. So this OTEC is a energy technology that converts solar radiation to electric power. So here this ocean thermal energy utilizes the world's is the largest solar radiation collector, and it also the ocean contains enough energy power all of the earth's electrical needs. That means this OTEC, that is ocean thermal energy conversion, is a process that can produce electricity by using the temperature difference between deep cold ocean water and warm tropical surface water. And this ocean covers more than 70% of Earth's surface. That means making that means it is the world's largest solar collector. So this will covers more than 70% of the Earth's surface, and this is a renewable energy technology that converts solar radiation into electricity by use of this oceans. This OTEC process uses temperature difference between cold deep water, that is approximately it is 5 degrees centigrade, and the warm surface water, it is approximately 27 degrees centigrade, to power a turbine to generate electricity. That means it is the temperature difference between the warm water and the cold water to produce a power to the turbine, and it will be generate the electricity. So this is the OTEC system is a warm surface is the heat source, and it is deep colder water provides to sink. And what is the basic working principle of this OTPC is, this plant works on the principle of the closed Rankine cycle, and this warm water is used to evaporate working fluid like any ammonia or halocarbon refrigerator, and this evaporated fluid expands in a low pressure turbine which is coupled with a turbo alternator to produce electricity. So this main thing is here, this principle works as a Rankine cycle, and whatever the warm water is used to evaporate the like working fluid like the ammonia or some other refrigerator, this evaporated fluids expands to a low pressure turbine, which whatever this turbine must be there, this generator coupled with the generator and to produce the electricity. And here in this OTPC there are types of electricity conversion systems. So there are different 3 types of electricity conversion systems are there. So that one is the open cycle OTEC cycle power plant, and closed cycle OTEC power plant, and hydro cycle OTEC power plant. That means when open or cloudy OTC cycles power system, open or only, and closed or Anderson, it is also called Anderson, and hydro power system. So first one we discuss about the what is open cycle OTEC power systems. So we observe that whatever the open cycle OTEC, the seawater is used to the generate heat without any kind of intermediate fluid. Here in this we cannot use any type of the fluid will be used. Here the open cycle OTEC is the uses the tropical ocean's warm surface water to make electricity. This is the consisting that first whatever the flash evaporator evaporation of a fraction of the warm seawater by reduction of process below the saturation value corresponding to its temperature, and it expands the vapor through a turbine to generate power. The heat transfers to the cold seawater thermal sink, resulting in the condensation of the working fluid. Here whatever the cold water must be there, this cold water will be goes to the some warm, whatever the warm must be, swim water must be, that will be goes to the here evaporator, and from that evaporator it will be goes to the some steam must be coming, and from that steam have to go, that steam will be goes to the turbine to rotate, and the turbine is coupled to the generator, and it is that will be goes to the condenser and will be in the process of the regenerating process. That means compression of the non-condensative gases to pressures required to discharge them from the system is nothing but the OTPC system. And what about the next one? We discuss about the what is this is about the open cycle system, that is the surface water. The first one will be taken as the surface water, and the second it will be the vacuum chamber, and then it is turbine, then generator, and then it will be linked to the some grid. So next distillated water, it is around 23 degrees, then it goes to the condenser. After that it goes to the deep water 5 degrees, and wastewater will be 7 degrees, then it will be the vacuum pump. This is the TS diagram of the open cycle system. So in this TS diagram, when you observe that there is the different parts must be there here. From 1 to 2 is the process, it is a constant enthalpic process. At 2 it is a mixture of the water and the steam, and then 3 it is the third point is steam is separated from the water and saturated vapor, and then remaining water is saturated, the fourth point, and discharge it is drained back to the ocean, and then it will be goes to the expansion at the fifth. It is a specially designed turbine, and then it is condensed water is mixed with the cold water, and then the last 7 the water is now discharged at the ocean at 7th point. That means, so first is process, that is the first process is enthalpy process, then the mixture of water and steam, and then the steam will be separated to the separated, and then the remaining water is whatever the remaining water will be saturated and discharged to the brain to the machine, and then it will be designed expands design turbine, and then condensated this water with the mixture of the cold water, and the water is now discharged to the ocean. This is about the TS diagram of the open cycle system. And then about the closed cycle closed loop OTEC system. In this closed loop OTEC system, warm seawater vaporized a working fluid such as ammonium flowing through a heat exchanger. So in that open we have the direct whatever the seawater, from that we have to give the some steam must be there, but here we use from working fluid, that is called as such as the ammonium. The vapor expands at moderate pressures and turns a turbine coupled to a generator and produce electricity. So whatever the warm seawater, from the warm seawater we have to add some working fluid such as ammonium. From that we have whatever the heat it will be warm must be come, it will be the evaporated, it will be goes to the turbine, and turbine will be rotated. From that it gives the electricity. This vapor will be expands with the moderate pressure to turn the turbine coupled to the generator produce electricity. The vapor is then condensed in again it will be condensed to the heat exchanger, that means condenser, using cold seawater pumped from the ocean's depths through a cold water pipe. The condensed working fluid is pumped back to the evaporator to repeat the cycle. So the working fluid remains a closed system and circulates continually. So in this closed cycle system, so whatever the warm water must be, warm cold water must be is there. From that cold water we have to add the one working fluid. From that it will be goes to the some vacuum. This vacuum will be rotates the turbine and will gives the electricity generate, and it produces the electricity. Again the whatever the steam must be there, it is goes to the condenser, and this condenser is pumped back to the cold sea water, and this process will be recycling. That means the heat exchanger, that means the evaporator and condenser are a large and crucial component of the closed cycle power plant, both in terms of actual size and capital size. This is about the closed cycle, that is called under cycle. So we show the figure. There is the surface water of first point, that is 25 degrees, and then it goes to the evaporator. Then the third one, it will be the wastewater, and it will goes to the turbine, after that generator, and then it will be lined to the grid. Then it goes to the wastewater, condenser, deep water, and it will be whatever it will be there, it will be circulate the pump. This is the total diagram of the TS diagram of the closed cycle operating system. This is about the closed cycle. Cycle must be there. In this, the cycle combines the features of both the closed cycle and open cycle. So closed cycle must be there. There is only the same whatever the seawater must be, from the seawater the vacuum will be evaporated. In the closed cycle, it is we use any working fluid, that is like that ammonia from that. So it is the combination of the both closed and open cycle. In a hybrid OTC system, warm seawater enters a vacuum chamber where it is a flash evaporator into a steam, which is similar to the open cycle evaporator process, but the vaporized the working fluid of the closed cycle, and the other side of ammonia vaporizes. So in a hybrid OTC system, the whatever the seawater must be there, it enters the vacuum chamber where it will be a flash evaporator into the steam, which is similar to the open cycle evaporator process. In this, whatever the steam, that steam vaporized the work cycle and of the ammonium vaporization. That means in the vaporization, the vaporized fluid then drives a turbine. Whatever this vaporized fluid will be there, that will be drives the turbine to produce electricity. The steam condensed within the heat exchanger and provides desalinated water. That means, so here we have observed that in hybrid cycle there is the two process, that is open cycle and closed cycle system must be there. So open cycle, it will be direct whatever must be steam must be there, whatever the direct seawater must be there, from that it will be gives the electricity. And the closed system, we observe that one working fluid will be evaporate. That means this vaporized fluid is then drives the turbine and produces the electricity. And then what are the advantages of this OTC systems? So what are the advantages of OTC system? Mainly, it helps in producing fuels such as hydrogen, ammonium and methylene, and it also produces base load electricity energy, and it also produces desalinated water for industry, agriculture and residual uses. It is a resource of for onshore and near shore mariculture operations, and it also provides air conditioning for buildings, and it also provides moderate temperature refrigerator, and the main some more advantages we have taken. It has the significant potential to provide clean, cost effective electricity for the future, and food aquaculture products can be cultivated in this discharge water and eco-friendly, and this helps in mining, and it is especially beneficial for small islands as they can become self sufficient. So this OTC is the it is minimum maintenance compared to the other power protection. And when you take about there are some disadvantages of this ocean thermal energy. This ocean thermal energy produces electricity at present would cost more than the electricity generated from the fossil fuels at their current cost. So, and there is no energy company put money in this project because it has only had been tested in a very small scale. And here the construction of OTC plants and lying pipes in the coastal waters may cause localized damage, and this OTC plants construction and operation may affected this commercial and recreational fishings. And there are some risks associated this OTC power systems or their safety issues associated with this steam electric power generation plants. These are electrical hazards, rotating and compressed gases, heavy material handling equipment, shop and maintenance, thus hazards. And these are some of the advantages and disadvantages of OTC systems. And when you take about in this system there is when you take about what are the applications of OTC systems are, these OTC system have many applications and uses. This will be used to generate electricity and desalinated water, support deep water mariculture, and provide refrigeration and air conditioning, as well as aid in the crop growth and mineral growth. In this there is the electricity production. The two basic system design have been demonstrated to generate electricity, that is we already discussed that is closed and open cycle. And next one, desalinated water means this water can be produced in vapor or hybrid cycle plants using surface condensers, and these surface condensers can be used to recover part of the steam in the cycle and to reduce the overall size of the heat exchanger. And one way to produce large quantity of desalinated water without incurring the cost of an open cycle turbine to use the hydro system. And in hydro systems this water is produced by vacuum flash distillation, and power is produced by a closed cycle. That means electricity, open and closed cycle, and desalinated water. And then another application is refrigeration and air condition. So the the seawater availability at OTC system creates an opportunity to provide large amounts of cooling to operation that related to a closer to the plant, and whatever the low cost refrigeration produced by the cold seawater can be used to upgrade or maintain the quality of indigenation fish. And this cold seawater delivered to an OTC plants can be used to chilled water coils to provide air conditioning. And another application when you taken as it is mineral extraction. So this ocean contains 57 trace elements in salt dissolved solution, and they found the developments in other technologies for improving the quality of mineral extraction process that employ ocean energy. these are the some of the applications of ocean thermal energy. And coming, so that means whatever you have to conclude that this ocean thermal energy conversion is a potential source of renewable energy that creates no emissions. That means it is a fuel free, and it has a low environmental impact, can supply pure water for both drinking and agriculture process, and the supplying refrigeration and cooling, and can be provide a coastal community with reliable energy. And it is the amount of solar energy absorbed by oceans is 4,000 times presently consumed by humans. We would need less than 1% of that renewable energy to satisfy our desires. This is about the potential in India. That means this is about the conclusion. That means here we discuss about the what is OTC, what is the introduction, and what are the working principle, and what about the advantages and disadvantages, and what are the different types of ocean thermal energies, and what are the applications of this ocean thermal energies. Thank you.